Good morning, I'm John Connors and welcome to ComSpark 2019. I'd like to introduce my co-host Ben Beshear from Beshear Financial, and our guest today is Matthew Miller, who is the Superintendent of Lakota School District. And Matt, we're here today to talk about careers, and I know that you're in the business of forming careers for young students, and we'd like to talk about the challenges that they're going to face in their careers as technology executives of the future.
All right, so John and Ben, first of all, thanks for having me on. Really appreciate it. And it's interesting that Steve Wanamaker had to get two guys to interview me, not just one. So I'm getting doubled up. But anyway, John, that's a really good question in terms of careers for our kids. So at Lakota, we believe in something called the 4 E's. And we want our kids not only to get a diploma, which is sort of the minimum standard, but we want our kids, all of our graduates to know which one of the 4 E's they're going to fall into. So our 4 E's are enrollment, enlistment, employment, or entrepreneurship. And so probably the biggest E that we're focusing on right now is just employment for our kids once they graduate from Lakota. We're still encouraging our kids to go to college, whether it's 2-year or 4-year and post-secondary, but really what we want to do is get our kids employed. So whether that comes right after high school or after college, that's the end game for any of the 4 E's, but specifically for those two. The other thing that I would say about that is a lot of the businesses that I'm talking to and the tech companies behind us here are encouraging kids to come to the workforce right out of high school because they're going to pay for that college and steer the kids in the right direction in terms of what they need to do after high school.
And you were just telling us about a pretty interesting, innovative program you guys are working on right now at Lakota. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I'm really excited. We started just this year on a new cybersecurity curriculum and program for our kids. So they can start as sophomores, but then they can also our current juniors and seniors can be involved in it as well, where the kids will have a cybersecurity curriculum built by our friends at Belcan and a few other of the cyber companies that are working with Lakota teachers. So right now we have it at Lakota East and Lakota West, where our kids can take the program, they'll get certified in cyber, have government clearance, and once they get out of high school from Lakota, they're going to get that diploma, but they're also going to get a job right when they graduate, probably making a minimum of $60,000 or $65,000 and up. So we're pushing that with our kids now that this is a great opportunity for them. We have 152 kids in the program now. I think that number is probably going to triple by next year. So we're talking about having growing pains a little bit, and what does that look like for our district and for our community, but that's a good problem for us to have. So we're excited about that. We're excited about the opportunities for our kids, and we want to do more.
Matt, that's a fantastic program that you described. Now, in addition to the technology that those kids are learning, they're going to face challenges as far as communicating.
Yes.
Cybersecurity can be very intimidating. So what skills are you passing along to them as far as working with their peers, communicating with their peers, so that they can be understood fully as people in their career path?
So first of all, John, yes to all of that. I agree with that and everything that you said. Probably the best thing that we would do to address that we are doing right now to address that, is we're assigning mentors that are in the cybersecurity field now to our students. So it won't be a one-on-one, it's probably more going to be like one mentor for 2 or 3 of our students. So that's going to be part of that mentorship, is how do you communicate, how do you get that job, how do you build everything out, and how do you develop those soft skills that traditionally, I'll say it, in schools, K-12 systems have not done probably a pretty good job with, because the focus was wrongly placed on a test or something else, but it's about making our kids well-rounded. So we're going to bring the mentors in, assign them to 2 or 3 students, and help them build that capacity to get that done.
And tell us a little bit about the success so far of the program and also some of the results of the mentoring so far.
That's a really good question. So the first thing that I can attribute to numbers and how I know that they're going to increase is last December or January, sometime in the winter, we had a meeting to roll this out to our parents and to our students. And so you can tell about the interest in it, because we had about 230 people come. Now we can't get 10 people to come for most things in a school district, but when you put this out there and you get 230 parents and kids to come and talk and listen about what the program is, you know that number is going to go up. So that's pretty much how we're building it out and seeing it, and just word of mouth. And so there's been a couple quick wins with our kids in terms of the mentors that they're getting. We're looking for more mentors too, so if anybody's interested, they get a hold of me at the district. I'm pretty easy to find. We'll be glad to talk to them.
Matt, thank you. This has been a fantastic conversation. Certainly good luck with that program.
Final question.
Yes.
Favorite 80s rock song?
Are we talking one-hit wonder? Are we talking hairband era? What are we talking?
Your call.
I think sort of the go-to would be like, the Safety Dance, or Come On Eileen is always like an 80s standard, go by. I would say people my age might gravitate more towards the hairband era. So, you put little GNR in there, Bon Jovi, and, that kind of era too. So I can float back and forth.
Well, thank you, Matt. Certainly good luck with this program as you move forward. And thank you for listening to our interview. If you would like more information, you can find that at ComSpark.tech. Thank you.
Thank you. Yep.